Things do not happen. They are made to happen. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these cryptocurrency markets? Well, I mean, we've seen the price getting down there to $6,000, right? Everybody was worried, riding on the back of that. We've seen the news that Tether was manipulating the price, even though by now we kind of already should have known this. Now we're seeing that the price got back up there to around 6.5, 6.6, right? And we're not quite sure what's going to happen. Is this going to drop back down lower? Are we looking at, cryptocurrency prices going in untold low territories? Or are we looking at this just being the bottom again and we're about to turn around and go back up? I don't know. Time to get the magic 8-ball out, right? So let's get over here to the market. Let's refresh the page. Let's see what they're saying at the moment. Like I keep saying, this stuff changes all the time. Let me see. What do we got? We got $6,539. Green at the moment, 0.3%. I mean, nothing major there, but it's holding. Still got a nice BTC dominance coming in at 39.8%. We got Ethereum come right there knocking on $500, trying to get back up there. $492. That's 1.33% gain. We've seen the news of Ethereum not being a security. I'm sure most of you guys had already heard this overnight. We'll talk about this more in a moment when we do the news. Let me see. We got Ripple coming in at 54.6 cents. That's down almost 1%, down 0.93. Let me see. Bitcoin Cash coming in at 858. Not too bad. That's down only 1.2%. We got EOS. Hey, they're showing green. We got their mainnet coming live yesterday. Somehow they were able to pull that voting out of nowhere because, as you know, yesterday I was on here saying that they had 15% of 15%. But we'll get into that one too. Coming in at $10.78. That's up 3.9%. So that's, that's pretty good considering the market's trying to figure out what's happening right now. It feels like, because I'm seeing green, red, green, red, green, red, and blotches. Litecoin coming in at $97. That's up 0.8%. So getting there. Let me see. We got Stellar Lumas coming in at 23.5 cents. That's really not that bad either. That's up a little bit more than Litecoin, up 0.84. Cardano, 16.5 cents. Not the greatest there on that price. That's down 0.72%. And let's get down here and check out, see how the Steam backed dollar are doing. Quite depressing. $1.70, down 0.84%. Not awesome. And let me see the Steam backed dollar. And if we're using that for a metrics to tell us that the cryptocurrency market is overbloated, coming in at $1.34, that's down 1.4%. So they're still struggling there. Long ways away from where I'd like to see all of that for what I'm holding on it. All right. So it looks like we got some people in the chat today. Unfortunately, Samantha, she has to go to work, punch that 9 to 5. I'm trying to get this video out a little bit earlier because, hey, guess what? My brother's buying some property over here near me. Boom, big plus. I'm not going to be so alone out here in the woods. It's going to be awesome. We will be looking at maybe some out-of-state shows coming in, though, because I think on the 29th, I'll be flying up to Chicago, and then we're going to be driving down. He bought a vehicle. He has a boat and all this other kind of stuff. So we'll be driving down, let me see, the 30th and the 1st. So either I'll be shooting the show out there on the road or, I think one's a Sunday. I don't usually do a Sunday episode. And one's a Saturday, which is usually our live Q&A, which Samantha has guaranteed me that she'll be here for tomorrow. Not sure on the time for that one. I will be posting, later in the evening. So you guys can definitely have a heads up on that one. All right. So what are we looking at with news? Coffee's pretty good today, though. All right, so Ethereum's not a security. Woo! Right? I mean, we all kind of knew this one. I mean, everyone has said, even if you are for Ethereum, you said the things you've said to make that sound legitimate. And then if you were not for Ethereum, you always said that they had this, massive marketing and lawyers and that they're very centralized and that's why they're capable of pulling off a lot of the stunts that they're capable of pulling off. If you're not really for Ethereum, those are the arguments that they use. So here we are going ahead and seeing that, the US SEC is saying that they're not a security. They're saying that there's no figurehead and that they're decentralized. So there's no one behind it. that's a matter of opinion, right? So I guess the US SEC is taking Ethereum at their word as they say these things and going ahead and labeling them not a security. I mean, even if they did label it a security, I mean, it's kind of a Bitcoin maximalist. I mean, fingers crossed, hoping for, right, at this point in time. All right, so it is what it is, right? I mean, when it comes to this cryptocurrency stuff, I'm noticing that a lot of people are getting upset. Like I received a couple letters last night. One person in particular kind of tried to calm them down a little bit. When it comes to this Tether stuff and everything that's happened, I mean, you get manipulated in life, right? It happens. So it comes down to a matter of, bad things happen, and it's just the faster that you can go about accepting it, the better off you are, because once you have accepted it, you can move on and move forward. So, I mean, stop and think. Either you're upset that Tether pumped the price of Bitcoin and you paid too much for your Bitcoin. Either you're upset because you didn't cash out because you wanted to jump in. You wanted to get all the same kind of money that they were getting for a Bitcoin. Or you were in this beforehand and you're in it for the fundamental reasons, and you believe that because Tether did all of this and brought so many people in early that it did damage to, the development and advancement of Bitcoin. So once you can figure out which one of those you're in and make peace with it, I think that you'll be doing a lot better with the price. I think you'll be doing a lot better with everything that happened with Tether. I think I've made peace with it. It's going to be what it's going to be. All right, so let me see. What else? We got EOS. All right, so their mainnet's up and live. It took a little longer than what everybody was expecting, looking like a 2-week process. Everybody was kind of hoping it was going to go fast. I mean, on June 9th, we seen the launch date. So they've been sitting there voting. It took them 5 days to figure out the voting. There was some dilemmas. There was two sides that were kind of pushing against each other. So, I mean, now the next big thing is, what's going to happen with Ether? Are we going to be seeing some of these dApps and everybody else jumping over onto the EOS network like people had promised? What's up with all these airdrops? Who's getting them? When are they getting them? I mean, the drama is never going to stop with this EOS stuff. I was over on Binance this morning because I told you when, they were up and running, I was going to go ahead and buy a little bit. Nothing major, no thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't have that kind of money on hand at the moment. But, I was going to pick up a little bit. But, hey, the addresses are still suspended. So, as always, I'm going to hold out a little bit longer until they have those addresses open over there at Binance. Then I might go ahead and pick some up. I'll let you know, guys, about that when that happens. All right, let me see. What else are we looking at here for news? We got Western Union saying that Ripple's not important. I don't know which way to feel about this one. They're saying that it's still too expensive. Sounds kind of silly to me when they're saying that. Like, literally today, I have to go pick up a Western Union because my brother has to pay the closing costs on the house, and it needs to be paid in cash. And he's up in Chicago, so he's sending me the money, Western Union. And I know that this is costing him quite a bit for the amount of money he has to send me. And then on top of it, because it's over the amount of $500, I actually have to leave town and go to the next town to be able to pick this up. So this concept of Ripple being too expensive sounds silly. I'm not necessarily for Ripple. I'm not against the people trying to make money off of it either, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get controversial about it, but it looks like they only did 10 transactions in the last 6 months. So they might just be trying to downplay this because this is not necessarily in their best interest for an overall, marketing business sense. All right, let me see what else. Well, we got that BTC wallet, Zappo. You're going to be able to go ahead and use that in New York. Boom. I know it's real hard for you guys up there in New York. I'm actually from New York, but luckily I got out of there when I was 18. Can't take that snow, man. That stuff sucks. So you're going to be able to use that. It's a nice online wallet, and they have an offline vault that you could use to help store your cryptocurrency. I'm always telling you guys, of course, if you got over $500, you got to do your research. You got to understand a cryptocurrency hard wallet. And of course, as you own more cryptocurrency, you start taking the necessary steps to get yourself into that monetary sovereignty that everybody's always talking about. But of course, it's baby steps to get there as you understand cryptocurrency. So what do we got going on here? Well, I got all kinds of tools, links, and affiliation codes listed down there below to help you figure out these cryptocurrency markets. But the best tool I have for you guys is my free help desk service. It's EugeneForrest20@gmail.com. Spelt down there if you can't spell it. Forrest has 2 R's. All right, let me see. What do we got going on here in the chat? We got Paul. Good morning, TGIF. I know, right? I was waiting for this week. I'm ready to take a little bit of a break. Super stoked about my brother coming down. So, life's looking good right now at the moment. No reason to complain. Fist pound, good stuff. money talks. They are never going to make Ether a security. Too many big wigs involved. Agreed with you, man. You know, like I keep saying, these things, just like EOS is now in that stature. When they get this big, when they got that much money, to me, I literally picture like they're going to go into the desert with all of their $4 billion and they're going to either die out there or they're going to make themselves a paradise. So they're going to go with it no matter what. There's no stopping them at this point. They have too much money. There's too much invested. There's too many people behind it. I mean, they will go until it busts. It's just whether or not that's actually going to happen or whether or not they can patch it and keep it running. And it takes 30, 40 years for something like that to happen. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that technical savvy. You know, I only have a A+ certification in PC repair. You know, I've only been here for 2 years. The best I can do is hodl because every time I trade, I lose money. All right, you guys. So if you like everything that's happening here on Bitcoin and Coffee, I definitely need you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Hit that notification bell because these morning times I've been shooting for 9:30. We might have to do a few a little earlier like we are today because once again, I got to go out there and make that money too. I can't live in the cryptocurrency world. I wish I could, but you know, hey, it is what it is. But free help desk, tools, all right, donational addresses. Come on over to Steam, upvote my post, comment down below. That's one of the best things I got to help me out, and I can help you out. It's a nice circle that we do for each other. But all right, you guys, keep your BTC safe and have a great morning.